is, I always say, this should really have like the fireworks and motivational music behind it, because in Party Plan, hostess coaching is so important. It's everything. Make sure, too, that as you bring new stylists on board, she knows this crucial step and knows how important it is to her business, and direct her to this training. It's incredible, but 80% of your party happens before you even darken your hostess's doorway, before you even start that party. A lot of your party has already happened, so you don't want to put this off. Hostess coaching is going to make or break your parties, and remember, she's really your business partner for the evening. Make sure she knows what you need and expect of her, and also what she can expect of you, and find out what she needs from you. A lot of hostesses are really looking for this training, and if they don't get it, they're a little lost. So make sure that you help coach her to the best show she can have. She deserves the best reward. She's opening her home to you, so really help her out. Now, if you're not happy with your trunk shows and your results, you need to take a really good, hard, honest look at how you coach your hostesses. Keep in good, consistent contact and communication, and that will ensure a more consistent and more successful show and more consistent sales to your parties. Now, it's also going to increase her trust in you as a stylist, and it's also going to, your hostesses are your best prospects, so it's going to start teaching her how to be a stylist before she even realizes that she wants to do this. So you want to make it simple. As always, we're talking about keeping things simple, make it scripted. Scripts really liberate you to be able to say what you want to say, because as you do these parties, we always say parties solve everything, and it's so true. When you have quite a few parties on your books, when you're doing like 4 to 6 parties a month, and you're using the same script over and over 4 to 6 times, you're going to memorize it in no time. And you're not going to need the script, and you're going to find yourself hitting all your bullet points you want to hit, and you're going to be more spontaneous and have a lot more fun with it. So, ladies, it all starts with that solid foundation, and for us, that foundation is the Hostess packet. What you want to include, now remember, we have this in the stylist forum. So you go in the forum, hover your mouse over Getting Started, and then click on that Stylist 101 pop-out. You're going to find the Hostess Opportunity Packet. You want to cover everything. You want to keep this really fun, personalized, businesslike, and concise. You want to cover everything you need to, but you don't want to overwhelm her with information. She's very busy, as are we, and you want to keep it very short and quick and to the point and fun. So that's why we break our coaching into 3 calls, and again, this is going to be scripted. So first, you want your hostess letter. This is going to be a personalized letter from you. You're going to thank her. You're going to outline the policies and procedures, what she can expect, what you're going to need from her. You're going to let her know that there will be 3 contacts. They'll be short and quick, and you'll schedule them so that it doesn't interfere with her life, but she's going to get all the information she needs. You're going to include a wish list. Trunk shows, a great trunk show can be a little exhausting for you and her. So there's nothing worse than at the end of a great party, you know, there's been a ton of orders. She comes into the ordering room and goes, oh my gosh, I haven't even thought of what I want. You don't want that. You want to go over the hostess wish list before the party, so that when she goes to order, you can say, hey, you're going to get 170 free. Let's start picking from your wish list. You also want to include outside order forms, and teach her. Make sure she knows how to collect orders. Don't assume she knows. You want to give her like 5 or 10. If you give her 2 or 3, she's going to get 2 or 3 orders. Give her 5 or 10, she's going to get more than 2 or 3. You want to collect the unused ones after the party, and you can put your info on them in advance. I had like a little stamp that I put on all of my order forms. You also want to write in any tax or shipping info. You can include that shipping graphic that we have that has all the shipping costs. Include that memory jogger, and you can even go over it with her if she's having a hard time coming up with guests. As you come up with the guest list with her, go over the memory jogger, and we call it the exponential list, where you're like, who do you know that's blonde? Who do you know that has long hair? Who do you know that has brown hair? Who do you know who has kids? Who do you know whose kids play soccer? You just start asking questions, and she can come up with 2 or 3 from each of those. You'll have a huge guest list in no time. A guest list spreadsheet, or it can actually just be a lined piece of paper. You don't have to get fancy, but have a guest list sheet with a return self-addressed stamped envelope in it so she can return that to you. The number one reason that people don't come to parties is they weren't invited early enough. I just always told them it's a service I love to provide. That way you know that she's not bothered with the guest list, and you know those invites get out in the proper amount of time, and you know they get all the information that you want them to have. So that guest list spreadsheet is really important. Hostess or stylist opportunity flyers. She's going to want to see what she can get. She's also going to she's going to flip it over to the other side. Remember, 80% of the people who come to your party leave thinking, I wonder if I could do that, or they imagine themselves doing it. So plant that seed in her head, that stylist opportunity. And, of course, you want to include lookbooks. Really important for her. Give her 2 or 3 so that she can hand them out, or more if need be, and then she can return the unused ones after the party. You should have contact with your hostess a minimum of 4 times before your trunk show. Now, the first one is when you hand her the packet. It might be at a party. It might be in the Target parking lot because you got your mobile office all set up and she tells you she loves the clothes. Hey, you can get it for free. Why don't you, you talk to her and arrange for that party. When you hand her the that hostess opportunity packet, that's that first contact. So you're going to have 3 more calls after that. 10 minutes a call, like I said. You want to space them evenly into 3 calls. Again, the first is when you book the party. She's going to be really excited about the party. So give it to her right then and start talking to her about what she would want. Get her dreaming about her party. You're also going to follow up to make sure the date works. You're going to check on outside orders in your second call. In the third call, you're going to confirm everything and get a head count. Now, keep in mind, she's going to be wondering if she can do this, and you want to make it look really, really fun and easy. Remember, she's your #1 recruit, so spoil her. Have your systems in place so it looks easy and so that she knows she can do this too. Moving on to the next slide. So here's how the Hostess worksheet works. This is a step that I took when I followed this, and it was, it's a great system. So you have your Hostess Worksheet 1 that I shared on Facebook, and it'll be on the Stylist Forum. Hostess Worksheet 1 goes on the left side of a 3-hold folder. I liked the ones with pockets because then I put all the order forms in the pockets behind. That's going to be your script for your Hostess coaching calls. Let's see. Now, again, these scripts are going to keep your business simple, duplicatable. They're liberating. They keep all your ducks in a row effortlessly, and then you can hand them off to your new recruits so that they get off to the right start. So, again, Worksheet 1 is stapled to the left-hand side of that. You want to keep a large 3-ring binder for your party records. I had a big party binder. Make a bunch of these each month. Just, put in the folders with the Hostess Worksheet 1 and 2 so that they're ready to go, so it's easy for you every time you book a party. So now there's 3 calls to success. The first call, and you can refer to your Hostess Worksheet that we have that I put with all the Winnie and Kat stuff. The first one is to, obviously, check in. You're going to set a date in pencil. Tell her, you know what, it's no big deal if we have to move it. I'm just writing this date down in pencil. It at least gets your foot in the door, and it gets her to give you a date. Once you get your guest list, once she sends you that self-addressed stamped envelope, that's when the date is set in stone. So that's why that guest list is so important. It really helps her commit to a date. You can also offer an incentive if she keeps the original date, but be sure to be flexible. Most of the time when you Hostess coach, the first date will hold. So you want to start Hostess coaching. Let her know to expect your phone calls. Now, if she booked from a trunk show, she went home with a party in a bag that we talked about last week. If not, be sure to send or hand her the Hostess packet right away. Confirm where to mail it. Confirm her address. Make sure, I like to have them write it down so that it's sure to be correct. You're not going to make any errors. Now, ask on that first call, hey, have you started your wish list? Go over it with her. Get really excited about it with her. This is going to save time, again, at the end of your party. It's going to keep that party moving quickly. Add a cancellation policy. This is actually, it's a great thing to add. You have the intention of never needing to use it. It's a party for her. It's a business for you. The idea of the policy, it gets the hostess to give you a 2-week notice or a 1-week notice or just notice should she have to cancel, so that you can either help her reschedule, or it gives you plenty of notice that she's concerned maybe about something so that she can make it work after all. Maybe she's thinking no one's coming, but you can talk to her and help her out. Janessa, go ahead and type in your question. I see you have a question. Or I can, let me see if I can go unmute you. Are you there somewhere where, did I unmute you? Oh, I think you're on a telephone. So go ahead and type in your question. Might be a long question. All right, so I'll keep talking until I see your question. Oh, there it is. One hostess wanted to do the invites online. Yeah, you know what? I love, love, love snail mail. There was a statistic one time, you did a Facebook event. It's okay. You know what? It's her party. What I love about, the thing about online or like Evite or stuff like that, I think 95% of those go unopened. It's one of those obnoxious statistics. And what you just said, Janessa, is key. If she does online invites, phone call follow-up, that was brilliant. And that, I'm sure that made your party happen and made it great. So phone call follow-ups are really important if she does want to do, yes, in big letters, absolutely. Yeah, so if she does want to do online invites, again, I love snail mail. Each snail mail invite will get opened and looked at, and 90% of the time it ends up on her fridge. So yeah, if she's going to do online invites, brilliant. Phone call follow-ups, you had a rock star hostess. That's great. And again, that was your business partner. She's good at follow-ups. She could be a stylist. It sounds like she's on the ball, that girl. So that's the thing about a cancellation policy. The next thing you want to ask is, do you have questions? This is really important because it's going to tell you a lot about your hostess and what she's expecting from a show. If she asks, is there a minimum that we have to have for a party? Is there a maximum? Can kids come? It's really going to tell you a lot about the show and a lot about her. The last thing you want to do is be mindful of her time. You want to schedule the next call. She needs to know what to expect. And you can also plant that seed as far as your scheduling goes and how you work Winnie and Kat in your life. If you say something like, you know, I do all of my hostess coaching on Wednesday nights between 6 and 8. So you'll hear from me on whatever date you schedule. But if you need anything between now and then, you know what, don't hesitate to contact me. Is Wednesday at 6:30 okay? So you get that time, and then I would send her a text that morning. Hey, looking forward to talking to you at 6:30 tonight. It lets her know that you're serious about your business. You've got it together. You're committed to giving her a great show. And again, you're coaching her as you would a prospect. Now, as far as the Wednesday night phone calls, week 6 is time management, and it's brilliant. You won't want to miss week 6. I apply it to like every aspect of my life now. So the second call should be about, you know, a few days after the first call, especially if you had mailed her that hostess packet. Each call is really important, so make sure you do manage your time to get all of the 3. And if the party's like a week away, you might have to arrange your time to make sure each of the 3 calls gets in. Make sure she received her hostess packet if you didn't hand it to her. Go over that first call again if you mailed it to her. Go over the hostess packet individually. Questions, again, are going to tell you a lot about the party, and it's going to tell you if she's interested in the opportunity. Guest list, again, crucial. If you have not received it, make arrangements to get it from her. This is how you secure the booking. If you have received it, let her know the invitations were mailed out or that you're going to mail them out on such and such a day. I always like to mail her one so that she knows, oh, she mailed them out. You're happy to do it, let her know, because it's going to let her know that her, you know, this is your job. It's not her job. It's her party. You're making it fun for her. You're making it easy for her. So that's why I really liked doing that, having that service where I mail out the invites. Outside orders. Make sure she knows how to collect them again. Ask her how they're going so that she knows that it's an expectation. And like Deb Bixler talks about, there's something, let's see, Deb Bixler talks about, talks about making it really easy for her to see herself being a stylist. And Lindsay talks about it too. And that's part of this, is the outside orders, having her go out and talk to people, having her go out and tell them how much she loves the clothes. So if she collects a bunch of outside orders, you can go, dang, you're awesome. How does it feel to be a stylist? You should totally be on my team. Start introducing her to that idea. Now, I forgot to with the guest list, something that's really important, and this actually isn't on the training. We learned this from some of our Winnie and Cat stylists, some of you fabulous ladies. Start talking to your hostess about who will bring friends. Let her know, hey, I give a raffle ticket for a prize for friends who bring friends. Ask who potential recruits are. Say, who do you know who that might like to do this for a living? Find out who their models will be. Who do you know who would be great to try on clothes? Because we all know once the clothes start going on the bodies, the party goes crazy. And that's when women start trying on and falling in love with the clothes. You can also find out who your potential hostesses are. So get her thinking about her party, how much fun it's going to be, and that'll get her excited about inviting friends. I have a friend who's a nut and would love to try on clothes. So it gets her thinking about who she would invite. So guest list, outside orders, so important. Again, go over her wish list. Get her excited about it. If she started collecting outside orders and she's already reached 400 or something, awesome. She's already gotten a $50 gift certificate or gift credit or something. So you can tell her about the high-low tee that she can get for free. So important. You can also get her thinking about what she would wear it with, boots or sandals. That gets it in her closet. Again, ask, do you have any questions? Let her know when you'll send the invites if you haven't already sent them, and schedule your next call. So your next call is going to be the third call. So you can say, well, I'm going to call 2 days before your party for a final head count and directions. You can always use your navigation system, but you never know. Sometimes there's detours. She'll give you landmarks and anything that may have changed. So you can also get the final head count on that third party so you bring enough supplies. So speaking of the third phone call, okay, you told her you're going to ask for directions. Now you're going to ask for directions. You can call her and say, hey, how are things looking for our trunk show tomorrow? Do you need anything else? And if there are last-minute dropouts that aren't coming, those are last-minute outside orders, and those are your next hostess. You can call them up and let them know, hey, you know what, I'm so sorry you missed Jenny's party. I hate that you missed out on the new collection. What do you think about hosting your own fun show? Jenny will get credit, and you'll get free clothes. Because Jenny, remember, will get a $50 credit if this gal books at her party. So that's a great incentive. Remind her how the rewards work, the hostess benefits. Remind her of her booking credit for people that book parties at her party so that she plants the seed. You're also going to let her know when you're going to be there and review what you need, how you are planning to present. Be there when you say you will. I like to say something like, okay, we told the guests we're going to get together at 7 o'clock, so we're going to give about a half an hour leeway. I'm going to arrive at 6:45 to get set up. And then I will ask you to bring everyone into the presentation area at 7:30 after they grab their snacks, and I'm going to do my on-time drawing. This is when, this third call 2 days before, tell her you're going to do an on-time drawing for everyone who's there by 7:30, and then start your party out with that little online drawing. You can buy something cheap from the dollar store and fun that you can share with her guests who are on time. Have her let them know about that. That's her excuse to call them 2 days before the party. So you want to be there, too, as guests start arriving so that they can see you set up. Like anyone who's a little bit early, I like to be setting up so they can see how easy it is. You can also chat with everyone. You can get to know them a bit, and then look for those green light questions. Remember, it's a party, so you don't want them to walk in the door and like feel inundated by your presentation. That's why I say start the party at 7, start your presentation at 7:30 so they can grab some snacks, they can chat a little bit. Also, because you're available to chat beforehand, it's going to give you a chance to kind of customize your presentation. You're going to talk to your audience. You're also going to plan out where you're going to present. I personally like to keep my rack and clothes close to the kitchen as they try things on, because everyone gathers in the kitchen. And if you have the clothes in another room, sometimes they're lonely all by themselves. You want to let her know what you're going to need for ordering, a table big enough to put your supplies on for you and your customer for all your order stuff. Where will they change clothes? If you need an outlet for your calculator, make sure you're somewhere there, or you have batteries in your calculator. Let her know that you're going to need help also getting ladies to the ordering area. If you wait, it gets late, people get tired, and they're going to start filtering home. You want to keep the excitement rolling. Okay, Jenny's out of the ordering room. Who's next? Have her grab someone and bring them in. A separate ordering room is great. It's private for her and also gives you a chance to find out how you can best serve her. Remember, sales means to serve, so it's really important to ask questions to find out more about her. So at the end of the call, you're going to tell her, okay, see you tomorrow, or see you in a couple of days, let me know if anything changes. Feel free to call or text, anything like that. So now, again, at the end of the party, you're going to staple that Hostess worksheet number 2. You're going to use that as your notes. And be really honest with this notes. This is going to be invaluable for your records. You're going to know who your rockstar hostesses were. You're going to know what kind of guests they had, who was interested. You're going to write tons of notes on this about what worked and what didn't. So, of course, at the end of this, we have a little bit of homework. You want to prepare 12 hostess packets. Now, I always had 5 of those 12 in a party in a bag, and then I had the other 7 in my mobile office to have as I was out and about. Do one day of gardening. Find just, an hour one day and just hand out lookbooks, exchange information. Remember, don't just hand out your credit or your business card. Don't hand your credit card out either. Don't just hand your business card out. Make sure you exchange the information. Also, book 1 trunk show in the next 2 weeks. But if this is not your first time around the block, book 2 or 3. Really up your game. And if your goal is 3 and you book 1, great, you booked 1. It's that whole aim for the stars and worst comes to worst, you hit the moon, right? So that's your homework. Hopefully your homework has been going well. Let me know about that. You can always contact me if you have questions. You can ask them here or contact me in the home office. So I'm going to, in true Winnie and Cat style, we always leave you with a quote, and I love this one. Everything must be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. And that's good old Albert Einstein. That's where scripting is brilliant. It keeps things very simple. It can keep it as concise as you want it to be, but it's going to include all the information you need. Keep your business a system and that you can hand to your downline as a system. And it's a gift you're going to give your downline. What you're doing for yourself, simplifying your business, it's a gift to yourself and it's a gift to your downline. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I love the comments and the questions. And again, feel free to reach out to us at the home office. Let us know if you need anything. And happy partying, ladies. Have a great day. Bye.